Good morning, super secret bricks here for a collection video of all the power miners set from the first wave. In 2009, the LEGO Group released a new theme, Power Miners. So the story went like this. There were suspicious earthquakes, and so the power mining theme was created to investigate. And when they drilled down, they found energy crystal that they wanted to acquire, but they also found rock monsters. And as it turns out, the rock monsters, whenever they ate the crystals, they started shaking. Yeah, and that's what caused the earthquake. And so we have a special member on the team. This is Dr. Brains right here. You can see he has a mine mech, but his mine mech is used to capture alive rock monsters. Because Dr. Brains right here is not interested in crystals, is he? No. Dr. Brains right there, the same minifig, is interested in studying weird creatures and capturing them alive. And we'll then find him back in the Lego Atlantis theme, the third wave. So if you have a look at the sets, the Lego Atlantis sets, there's the Deep Sea Raider set that has a submarine with Dr. Brains in it, released in 2011, which is just a year after the Power Miners theme stopped. And in his sub, he's trying to capture of course, the Atlantean creatures like the Hammerhead Guardian. You can check my review on this set, by the way. If you just click on the button, I can show you the video. So yeah, overall, this theme lasted for 2 years, 3 waves, which is kind of typical of the original Lego themes at the time. And today we're having a look at all the sets from the first wave, all the 7 vehicles. We're gonna start by ranking them. Let's do that. Number 7, the set 8956 Stone Chopper, which is incidentally the number 1 vehicle. So all the vehicles, the Power Miners vehicles, have a number. And if you try to collect them all, you just have to keep an eye on the stickered parts to know which one you have and which one you're missing. There's only one gap between the first Power Miner set, this one, and the very last one. It's the number 13, which is either skipped because of superstition or because it was actually made into a Lego Atlantis set. You can go watch my review of the Lego Atlantis set 8080 Undersea Explorer, and in that video I also talk about the Power Miners prototype for the model. But anyway, let's go back to this one. So we have 2 characters. One is named Duke, and yeah, his design is quite simple. He's got a drill on his torso. So that's how we know this is Duke, and some stubble, and at the back a scared face. Yeah, and we got a rock monster, a red one. So this is supposed to be Meltrox. They all have names, by the way. And yeah, so because this is a trans red, looks like it's compatible with the trans red crystal. I don't know my Power Miners lore, but I think this little rock monster can only eat the trans red crystal ones. There's one specificity with this set. It has a trans red rock jewel part, and this, incidentally, this part is only included in one of the sets in the first wave, so that's quite weird. I think the explanation is that once you refine the rock crystal, you get the jewel. Maybe. That would be my guess. Alright, so let's talk about the build. This is the Stone Chopper, and it looks ridiculous. Ridiculous. I don't know what it is. A bike with a chainsaw as a wheel. no, it doesn't make sense to me. That's why it's at the bottom of the list. Maybe I'm too harsh, let me know in the comments, but this is too silly for me. Just one last thing before we continue with the next vehicle. All the Power Miners vehicles have a lime and black color scheme, and the orange bits right here are used whenever there's a feature. So here, the bike used this as a wheel, so when you roll the vehicle, they roll with it. Actually, this part rolls on the floor, on the surface, and this is what is going to make them turn. I think it's supposed to grind the crystal or the rock monsters into little rock jewels, but I don't know. Yeah, too weird for me. Let's go to the next one. Number 6, the set 8957 Mech. Incidentally, the vehicle number 2. So it got 2 characters. First one is Dr. Brains, which we already talked about. Yup. Let's get him out. He's got a little test tube on his torso, and yeah, and he's got a scary face and a serious face. We can see that in his eye, he's got some sort of a special thing. I think it's supposed to represent a rock jewel that we can see in blue in his eye, in his mechanic eye or something. So maybe that's what he's aiming for, but we all know the truth. Dr. Brains really wants the rock monsters. As far as I know, he's the only one with a white torso as a base, with sleeves and gloves. The other ones usually are sleeveless, or they use a light bluish grey torso. The rock monster is in trans green, and this is Boulder. Boulder is a trans green, and he only eats trans green crystals. Speaking of rock monsters, so they have articulated arms, such as this one, up, and the arms has a stud at the top, but also at the bottom of the hand. The hand is also a bar clip size, so you can clip accessories in it. And finally, the top of the head can open like this, and inside you can store the energy crystal that the rock monster ate. Up, rip, like so. Up, and it closes perfectly. Lastly, let's talk about the Mech. So the Mech, as you've already seen, is quite brittle. Right, it keeps breaking on me, and that's not even talking about the fact that these parts right here break, like literally break. Whenever you clip the ball in the sockets, it's gonna break the sockets. Well, not every time, but it keeps breaking on me. I think the black one at the top here is broken, and 2 out of these 4, 2 are broken already. And yeah, it's such a shame, this part. But regardless, the cockpit part is actually what breaks the most. We got 2 accessories with this set: a pickaxe and a bomb, a dynamite bundle, and this part was created for the Power Miners theme, but it's still used today. It's actually, I love this part. Prior to that, we had, for dynamite, we only had 1x2 tiles, grey tiles, light grey tiles, with a print of a dynamite battle on it. But yeah, so this is much better for play. So for example, if you want the rock monster to eat the dynamite instead, you perfectly can. Boom! And that's how you get them. Well, let's say the rock monster is fine and just knocked out. Comedic purpose. Apart from that, we have a roll cage that is used a lot in the Power Miners sets, you will see. And that's about it. The cockpit opens. We got 2 levers on the side right here for the pilots to control the mech. The legs are articulated a bit, so as you can see, it's quite easy to break. We got ankle articulation, we got hips articulation with a double ball joints part in the middle. Legs are pre-bent and don't have articulated knees. For the arms, we have, it just keeps breaking on me, I just hate it. You know, I'm a big fan of mechs, but this design is just too brittle, and it's very annoying. So here, for the arms, we have shoulder articulation, and that's it. Like you cannot move these parts. There's no elbow or wrist articulation. We got two arms. So the left arm has pincers that are used to pick up rock monsters and bring them to the lab to study them. And the other one has a sort of a chainsaw design. So as you can see, it's the same wheel as the stone chopper, and yeah, it's quite fun. It's quite fun to play with. I like it. You just have to be careful when you put it together. If you press the parts too close like this, it's going to be really difficult to turn, right? It's not going to roll a lot. So you just have to leave a little bit of freedom, liberty of movement here. Don't press it too hard, and then it's going to be able to turn and spin quite easily. That's it for the number 6. Let's move on to the next one. Number 5 is the set 8961 Crystal Sweeper, which is number 6. And it's quite a big set. It's the biggest set of the wave in terms of part number, but also in terms of playability and everything. So you would think, hey, they should go to the top. Well, maybe for some people, but not for me. There's something that just doesn't appeal to me in that set. But let's have a look at the characters first. So we've already seen Brains, who is here again, as well as Meltrox. But the new people are Glaciator, the trans dark blue rock monster. That it's trans dark blue crystal. By the way, we also have trans orange crystal in the set. And finally, a brand new character, power miner characters, Rex. So Rex here has a scar as well as some metal plates nailed to his head. Yeah, that's quite weird. He's got a cocky look as well as a scared one. Yeah, so 2 scars on his head, and on his torso he has a bomb as a logo. And yeah, so aptly he's going to be the one with the dynamite. This is the only set from the wave where the rock monsters are equipped to attack the power miners team. And this is a catapult, which allows you to fling the two rock monsters at the vehicle. So we're gonna try that. Let's see, one by one, to limit the damage. Woohoo! Okay, one more time. Yeah! So as you can see, it's not very efficient, but these little rock monsters are quite silly, so they don't have a better weaponry. And yeah, so this little build is quite interesting. It provides 2 more crystals, so that's great. That there's a total of 3 trans dark blue, 3 trans red, and 2 trans orange ones. And for the catapult, we have the bottom of a rock part right here in an interesting color. So this is dark bluish gray, and it's dual molded, right? There's no paint, dual molded with trans orange. So I'm not quite sure if it shows on the video, but there's actually a bit of transparency here. Yeah, you can see my finger through rock monsters through the plastic. So yeah, it's quite an interesting one. But yeah, apart from that, nothing much more to say about this little build. Let's move to the big one. So the crystal sweeper is big. It comes with a shovel, a harpoon for some reason. It has 2 batons of dynamite. We got engines with exhaust, like the industrial, really heavy engine look is really quite there with all the grills, like the details that we have, those little tap, like sink tap parts used there as exhaust. It's quite brilliant. There's of course floodlights everywhere to make sure that we see what we're going to destroy and mine and gather. We have a motorbike. Like, okay, that's something. I like it. I like actually having a special vehicles like this, like motorbikes. So that's great to have. Oh yeah, and we got crates, and in these crates, in one of them, we have what I was talking about earlier, rock jewels. So 2 trans dark blue ones and 2 trans neon ones. And yeah, that's the only only other sets of the first wave to have these. So yeah, it's quite a mystery to me. I think this is what you get once you refine the crystal. But I suppose everybody can make their mind about this. Okay, so we got, as you can see, there's quite a lot of room to walk there, right? And here we have a little drilling station with a boon articulated arm. It's actually quite articulated. So we have this ratcheted joint right here. It's not the finger locking one, it's the big one that were used in the Exoforce mechs. Yeah, and it's quite articulated. You can reach quite far. You can turn the drill. It's quite fun. So you can see that we have the orange highlight saying that this is a feature. So that's one thing. The motorbike is also another feature. So that's highlighted like this. We got dump truck right here, bed right here that is going to collect crystals that we have gathered. I'll demonstrate the feature later. And finally, the last feature is the giant wheel at the front. So when you push the vehicle, it rolls on its own, right? It's connected to this wheel, which is turned thanks to the rubbery tread right here. Yeah, and it's quite smooth. It works quite well. I'm gonna show the feature a bit later. I just want to show you one last thing. Oops. It's the cabin. So the cabin is actually quite hard to open, I find. At least in my experience, I break it every time I do it. And sometimes I want to grab the vehicle like from the cabin, and the cabin just detaches. So yeah, it's a bit awkward to manipulate, I suppose. I just want to make a special mention of the flag parts right here, which are used to cover some of the front of the vehicle. And yeah, I quite like that. Like, it adds a special texture at the top, and something less boring to look at. Like, it's not just plain flat bricks, right? It's something. Oh, and yeah, there's a sticker here saying bike, because you have to know that the bike goes back here. Yeah, so inside the cabin that I keep destroying, we have a driving wheel as well as 2 levers. You can see that inside we have only 4 studs at the bottom on the floor, so there's not much room for people sitting inside. So you only have room for 1 driver that you can put on the left, as long as you pull up the arm to go above this, and then you can have the driver aligned with the driving wheel, which is quite nice. Yeah, and here we have another clip to put the dynamite. It's really great to have a vehicle that also allows you to store your accessories. I actually quite appreciate that. Now we're gonna demonstrate the crystal sweeping feature, and we're gonna hope that it works quite well. Okay. So I've heard mixed results from people. Sometimes for some it works, depending on how you do it. For the other it doesn't. So we're gonna try to see how it goes for us. We blocked. Stuck. It gets stuck. I don't think it picked up anything. So we're gonna, instead of aligning them, we're just gonna put them here. And we're gonna go faster just to see if it picks up anything. And yeah, I think it picked up something. Yeah, look at that. Wow, quite an efficient way to pick up crystals. And it works every time. No, it doesn't work every time. And once you have the crystal, you can then dump them like this. So now you have to do it all over again. So overall, it is quite cool. It is quite big. It looks great. And yeah, it looks like it could do some damage, but the feature doesn't actually work. And I know Lego is all about imagination, so you can just imagine it sweeping stuff, and maybe it works when you have a pile of spare parts and stuff like this. But I don't know. I suppose because it doesn't work like this, like as it is intended, this is why I just lost interest in this set, and this is why it goes at the 5th place. Number 4 is the set 8707 Boulder Blaster. This is the vehicle number 7, and it's actually a special, a limited edition, a special edition. I think it was maybe a retail exclusive or something. In any case, we got some weird stuff here. So we got Rex, which we all know, but 10 minutes later, where did it fall? On it. Bloop! Our first character is Rex, which you remember is the bomb man with the metal plates glued on his head. In this set, he doesn't come with the helmet, which is weird. The blue helmet, you know. He comes with a bob, which is nice. I like it, but oh my god, is that? We can see the second face on the back of the head. What were they thinking? And it's not the first instance of weird stuff happening in that set. So first of all, we have a Glacier here, which is quite nice, but he comes in the set with trans dark blue crystals, which is, well, it's right. It's the right thing to do, to be right. But on some pictures of the set, I think it's the box art or something, it has trans red parts for some reason. So odd. And yeah, again, so it looks like a snow plower, right? But there's a big gaping hole here. So I don't know if it's really efficient against the crystal, because you see, you want to push them to the side, but then they're going to get stuck in the middle. Or worse, they're going to just pop in the middle. Another thing I don't like about this set is we got a shovel and a pickaxe as accessories, but yeah, you have to stick them in the crate like this. There's no clip anywhere. Where are the clips? I like my clips to put my minifig accessories. If I didn't stick them in the hole that the crate has, they would be just loose in there, and I would lose them. That's what would happen. There are some positives about this set though, apart from the fact that it keeps breaking on me. That's not a positive, by the way. One of the positive is it looks cool. I think it looks quite industrial. Really like that. It did keep the roll cage, so at least we have that. We have the damier design, where we alternate lime and black and lime, like here. And by the way, this, when I first started building, when you build it, you don't have all this, right? You just have this. It looks like you're building a bed. Like, I was wondering, why is there a bed? Why is there a bed on the engine? Is that where Rex is going to sleep? But no, I don't know. It's just some texture. On the engine, we have this weird rubbery part, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's there. It provides some cable details. It's just that it keeps breaking, and also this exhaust little build keeps breaking. In any case, let's look at the orangey bits. So we got orange right there. It is finger locked here. I don't think it's supposed to be a feature. I think it's just a way to attach them. But yeah, if you want to, you can put them up and down. I think it works best like this, like a bulldozer. But yeah, so you got this as a feature, and then we have orangey bits here, which means we have a feature there. Let's give it a try. It's actually quite a cool feature. So it's not a great set by all means. I think it can qualify as a good one, but like the downsides just make it a bit meh. But yeah, this feature though is quite nice. So we have a wheel right here that we can actionate. Oh. And when you do, you see this little beam, Technic beam, is going to move. We got some mechanism inside. Yeah, I'm not gonna show you the mechanism. Go check the individual review video where I show everything. And so what it does is it gets back, and because there's an elastic band right here, it's gonna want to spring back in position. And yeah, you can see these are sitting loose, which is a bit annoying because then they keep falling. But what happens is it's gonna spring them, shoot them. Okay, now I need to find them. 10 seconds later. Okay, so they were quite easy to find just because it doesn't shoot too far. But on the other hand, it's not supposed to be some sort of rocket launcher or anything. It's quite simple. So we're gonna try again, and I'm going to try to demonstrate how far it goes. Hopefully as far as here. I don't think it's gonna go much further, but let's give it a try. Okay. Whoop! Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, actually, this is quite fun, and I think it redeems completely the set. This is what redeems the set and brings it to the middle of the ranking. The feature works and is quite fun. It doesn't flung them too far, but on the other hand, those are bombs anyway, so when they land, they're going to do some damage, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, they work much better than the flick fire missile, also I find. And yeah, forgot to mention. So what's really awesome about this is you can build up your own, right? And add as many as you want, like reload and stuff like this. You can even make your own kind of ammunition. It's not too hard. And yeah, once it's done, so this beam is just sitting loosely, right? It's a bit annoying because it keeps falling, but once you fired them all, it's not gonna fall much further because it has a pin here that stops it from falling. So yeah, the build itself, it looks okay overall. Looks okay. Quite flimsy. There are some inconsistencies with the rest of the vehicles, but the feature is so nice. So yeah, that's the number 4. Number 3 is the set's 8958 Granite Grinder, vehicle number 3, and it comes with 2 characters, Glaciator, right here, as well as Duke. What? Yes, this is Duke. We can see a drill on the torso, so this is Duke. His official name is Duke, but he looks a bit different, doesn't he? Is that Duke? Hang on, something is wrong with the head print. Okay, so I just realized this might be a bootleg Lego, not an official Lego part. I mean, there's a slight difference in shade, in color shade. It's really hard to see on the camera, but if we have a look, yeah, it's a bit different, isn't it? And if we look closely here, we can clearly see. I don't know. But the head print is wrong. This is supposed to be the head print, and you can see it's quite similar, but it's not the same. Anyway, okay, so this is Duke, and this is Duke also. You can either think that it's the same person, just the stubble has grown quite a bit, or because if you look at the eyebrows, here we have 2. Here we have a unibrow, and you can just assume these are 2 different characters, just with the same name. It happens sometimes, though it's quite confusing for a Lego Lego theme to have 2 characters named the same way, but I'll accept it. So the Granite Grinder has 2 orangey bits, so the dump truck right here, where we can store the crystal. It's attached with a chain, but it's loosely attached, so you can just leave it there. And at the back, you will see there's some Technic stuff. And at the front, you can see there's more Technic stuff. And if you look below, you're gonna see there's some Technic stuff going on. Lot of Technic stuff. But if you want to know more about how it works, go check the individual review for this set. I'm not going to go in depth here. I'm just gonna say that when you push the car, it does this. So yeah, this is a Bionicle part, by the way. I'm not a big fan of this vehicle. I don't think it's great, and it's quite high in the rank because, well, turns out it does what it needs to do, and that's it. It does it well. I mean, yeah, it's quite fun to do this, right? I don't think it's particularly useful, but because it's a small set, it's accessible, and it's great to have an accessible set with a feature that works. We got these oxygen tanks right here that the rock monster can eat and then explode. Yeah, and that's about it. Let's switch to the next set. Okay, so actually, this was the right head all along. It's genuine Lego. Yeah, I don't know why I got confused, but yeah, anyway. Let's switch to the next set. Number 2. Number 2 is quite great. This is the set 8959 Claw Digger, and I really like the style. It reminds me of yeah, never mind. Let's not talk about Lego Atlantis sets, because this is a Power Miner set. So we got Rex, which we already know about. And we got a brand new character here, which is a Sulphurix. Sulphurix is a transneon green rock monster. Awesome! I really like the transneon color. So this is probably my favorite rock monster. Yeah. And of course, 2 transneon green crystals, which reminds me a lot of the Rock Raider sets. I did some review of my Rock Raider sets that I had growing up from my childhood collection, but this is a Power Miner video, so let's focus on the Power Miners. This is the vehicle number 4, as you can see here, And yes, I love the details of the engine right here. If we have a look, oh my god, it's brilliant. So we got two accessories clipped at the back, a chainsaw and a dynamite, baton of dynamite. The wheels are excellent. I love how big they are, and yeah, they're going to work on any kind of terrain we're going to have. We got oversized engine, love it again. I love the details that we had here. These are wheels, and yeah, they are used here to simulate a piston or something related to engine. Sorry, I'm not a big vehicle guy, so I can't give you all the details and the correct names. But yeah, we got also a pickaxe. I think for the mining theme, a pickaxe is really necessary. Like, I really like this part, and having it is quite great. We have two floodlights, roll cage for the pilot, some computer that is shows the terrain, so with measures and whatnot, and the height of each part. But what we really want to see is the orange bits, because the orange bits are the feature. And yes, so it doesn't do anything when you roll it like this, but what it does is, so you can angle this up and down, right? You want it to be as low as possible to touch the ground, and the idea is you rotate these round bricks, 2x2 round bricks at the side, and yes, it's so satisfying. Like, you have to try it. It's so satisfying. You have to try it to understand the feeling. So I know it doesn't do anything. Like, it's not like the crystal sweeper that's supposed to sweep the crystals, and it doesn't work. Here, it's clearly supposed to dig, but it's not gonna dig on anything. Like, Lego was never going to provide you with something to dig with. It would never work. Yet, this action, I just love it. Maybe it's just me, but yeah, I love it. And then if you want, you can do the game of trying to get sulfurics inside here, but that's not the goal anyway. That's not the goal, definitely not the goal. Yeah, do I need to say more why I love this set and why it's second place? Yeah, I'm not sure I can translate just how satisfying this was. I've said that word many times now, but yeah, it's really good. I think, yeah, I think we can see that there's some damage done here to the beam by just banging the beam to the plate here. And I suppose that's gonna be the same here. No, that's fine for now. Yeah, I think you might be worried about these parts because of how much you can damage them, but I mean, I think it's worth it. Like, the satisfaction of just digging with it might be worth destroying the parts. We'll see. In any case, we should now switch to the number one, which should be no mystery now. Okay, you gotta let me know in the comments which one is your top favorite, because I'm pretty sure everyone is going to say this is the set 8960 Thunder Driller. It's such an awesome set. I mean, and I'm gonna talk about that a bit later, the fact that I don't quite like the power miner theme. I'm sorry to disappoint. We'll talk about this later, I promise, later in the video. But let's focus on that set. Even though I don't like the theme, I knew I was going to like this set just by looking at it. It's so great. So let's have a look at the characters first. So we got one of the dukes here. Oh, and this one has Tubble. Okay, this is so weird. So we got three dukes. We got light stubble duke right here. We got duke with some grease on the head and a scar on his left. And then we got heavy stubble duke. And it looks like it's the same duke as this one because they both have unibrows. Yeah, I think that's the same character. Anyway, And right here we have an important character. This is Doc, and Doc is the boss of the power miners. Yeah, you can see that he has a star on his torso. Yeah, there's not quite. There's not a lot to say about Doc, apart from that. But yeah, it's quite nice to get the boss finally, right here. Our last character is going to be Firerox. Firerox is a trans orange rock monster. I would have loved to have a trans neon orange rock monster, but yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. And of course, we got 2 trans orange crystals. Accessories are a radio, pickaxe, and we got a crate with a baton of dynamite in it. This is the cockpit, or whatever, the driving position stuff of the vehicle. And yeah, you got sort of a roll cage, but honestly, this is the weakest part of the vehicle. Like, it doesn't do it for me. It doesn't work. Like, this is not a proper roll cage. I prefer to not have it at all, actually. These parts on the side are just for show. Like, it looks great, but I don't think it's supposed to be anything. We got a computer here, so it's a sticker again, and we got flames coming out in the cockpit. Like, how you're supposed to drive the vehicle here and get roasted at the same time? It doesn't make sense to me, but it's quite fun. I like it. This is vehicle number 5, by the way. And we got a big drill at the front. We got big wheels at the bottom. So these are 2 parts actually, and yeah, they go together. They can encapsulate like this to make the wheels bigger. We got a chain over there. These, okay, I say this is the weakest part. This is the second weakest part. These are, it's the clip part with a bar on which you put a cone brick, and then you clip it to a handle. But as you can see, it's quite weak, the connection. I don't know why. Is it because of the age of this part? Or I don't know, but it's quite weak, and it keeps just dropping it down like this. It doesn't look great because it's supposed to be exhaust, right? And exhaust, you want them to go up to get the smoke or whatever, the gas out of the way. In any case, you will see that this vehicle also has a lot of technique magic that we have reviewed in depth in the individual video for the Thunder Driller, so go check the video. What I'm gonna say here is you roll the vehicle and the drill is going to rotate. But not only that, this drill right here, the biggest drill, which is the same part as the wheel, just mounted as part of the drill, this rotates counterwise to the drill, and it's so satisfying. Again, I'm not going to show the gear work behind it in this video. Go check the individual video for that set where I review it to know more about this. And finally, you can remove the top. So on the bottom parts, we have these large parts, 2 of those, and this is the top part that goes with it. And here we have some engine room. So you can store stuff in here. I mean, as a kid, I always loved to have big spaces like this. So you can use it as cargo, as a hiding spot, as anything you want. And it's not... I guess that some people are not going to like it because it's not clear what it is supposed to be, or if it's safe to put anyone in there or anything, especially since there's a big flame coming out this way. So what is going on in here? But yeah, as a kid, I really loved to have a lot of usable space, and this is one of them. And your imagination allows you to do whatever you want with what's going on inside. I think that's it. I just wanted to have a quick look at some of the instructions that I have, because the art inside is always quite nice to look at. I love the catalog for the sets that they have put there for the Power Miner set. So we can see all 6 sets included in the catalog. In a nice cave scene with a battle against rock monsters. It's quite nice. Of course, we got the box of each set, so you know what you want to buy if you want to get them. We got a catalog of all the rock monsters if you want to collect them, and then some action features for each set, demo for each set. But what I wanted to show you mainly was, if you buy the stone chopper and the mine mech, then you can find online instructions to build a combiner set. So you buy those, you take them apart, and then you can build this. You buy the thunder driller and the granite grinder, you take them apart, and then you can make this set. And same here, you buy the crystal sweeper as well as the claw digger, and then you take them apart and you can build this set. But before we have a look at the combiner, let's have a look, one last look at the art here. So we got the mine mech, the thunder driller here, and again, yeah, it's a nice poster we got there. Yeah. So enough of this, let's have a look at the combiner set. So right here we have the cave cutter, and then right there we have the crystal crawler, huge one, and finally over there that I managed to balance. It was actually not that hard once you find the spot to put it there. But we got 2 vehicles, so a flying vehicle and a driving vehicle, and yeah, and this is the aero shredder. Let's rank them now. Number 3 is the cave cutter. Honestly, it's an ugly build. It was by no means hard to build or long to make, but the end result is just, I mean, we have articulation points, right? But what is the point? Like, there's one wheel. Where's the rest? I need the second wheel. And these, they look like they can turn. You want to spin them, but you cannot. There's even a knob there, and it does nothing because it's an axle put in an axle hole. So it's static. Overall, this is only going to bring you a bit of disappointment. And so that's why it's number 3. The number 2 is going to be the crystal crawler. Wow, such a big vehicle. And yeah, it's brilliant. Well, maybe it was exaggerated a bit. It's okay. It's okay. It could be good, but it's missing a few stuff, I think. What appalled me the most was how long and tiresome it was to make. Many times I was not able to find a part, and then I found it later and had to fix that stuff. Like right here in the front, we're supposed to have a part like this, a plain one with no stickers. I've never found it. I'm not sure it exists. Maybe I've lost it, but yeah, I don't think I did. In any case, the features are okay. So we got some pincers at the front that work like this. It's actually quite satisfying to use. We also got a bucket right there, so you can grab stuff, but just beware, once the bucket is down, the pincer cannot do much, right? The bucket is on a boon that allows you up to flung anything back in the tipping bed over there. so the reach is actually quite good. There are parts that just fall apart because it's quite a fragile build. Okay, one thing to note about these combiner sets is you can really feel how limited the designer was by the parts available from the two sets it's built from. And so things just fall apart or look a bit weird, but yeah. Lastly, the tipping bed can tip. So that's all there is. It's it has a far reach, and that's just because it was limited to using these big beams from the claw digger. So you can't really blame the designer for making it so long. But there's one thing that I just don't understand. This ladder. What is the use of this ladder? Like, you can use it like this, but once it's flat on the bottom, why would you need a ladder to get in? I mean, I don't know. I think it was used just because parts needed to be used. So that's it for the number 2. Let's move it out of the way and clean after the mess. Number 1, the aero shredder. Yeah, okay. I had way too much fun with this combiner set to say that it's rubbish. Obviously, the parts used, the limit of the available parts is showing, but it is quite fun to use. So this is only here to be picked up from the dropship, but you can roll it. There's a shredder here. It's a bit weird how it works, but sure. Finally, there's a bomb catapult, so you can put the dynamite bundle, then you can plug them. Cabin here, floodlights, whatever. The star of the show is the spacecraft, the flying craft, and yeah, it's quite swooshable. I like flying craft, so that's probably why I put this in first place. But yeah, it's quite swooshable. I love the use of the wheels as thrusters at the back. We've got 3 of them with a flame coming out of it. And yeah, just a space for one pilot. And yeah, look at the pilot, the cockpit. It's made from a tipping bed, and there are no studs on the tipping bed. So to be able to have a seated pilot, the designer had to put a plate connected with slopes and whatnot that connects at the back of the vehicle. It was fun to build. It was fun to build. Inventive design to make it work. And of course, as you've seen, it is able to pick up the rolling vehicle. So yeah, so far that's my favorite. Just one last word about these combiner sets. As fun as this one is, I don't think it's really good. Okay, it's still showing that it's made from spare parts, really. And so I would not advise you to buy 2 sets, take them apart, just to make one of the combiner sets. I mean, let me know in the comments if you've ever built one of those and what you thought, but personally, I don't think they're worth it. Okay, now, if you want to check more Power Miners content, then I can suggest you not one but 2 YouTube channels. So there's BuilderTim right there, who has a nice collection, and he's made some videos for Power Miners. So we have the every Rock Monster sets, and then I think it was a while back, it was a really long while back, where he has all the Power Miner sets, all of them, all waves, yeah, every one of them in a single really short video. It's awesome. Go check it. And I think he's made also some brick film with power miners, which was really mind-blowing. I really liked it. But it was a long time ago too. Yeah, there it is, right there. In any case, there's going to be a link in the description, so go check his channel. And the next one is Brickineer, which is the one person that introduced me to power miners. Yeah, he's made a lot of videos. If you look back, and yeah, where he does some retrospective stuff too. So he's done the what was it? The Monster Fighters retrospective, an overview. So he's reviewed all sets individually, just like I do, and then a collection video, just like I do. And he's done the same with the power miner sets. He really likes those, so he conveys a lot more enthusiasm. Oh yeah, and he's done the combiner sets too. So yeah, go check his video, and he's done an overview one. I think he worked on the Space Police 3 theme too. And yeah, there's going to be a link in the description again for his channel. Okay, so I got a confession. I don't like the power miners theme. Yeah, that's my confession. Or at least that was what I thought. Like, I knew about the theme. Like, it happened during my dark age, and I grew up with Rock Raiders. And so when I learned about this theme, I thought, hey, it's just a ripoff of Rock Raiders. I liked Rock Raiders, so I'm not gonna like that theme. But during a haul, I got my hands on some of the power miner sets, and yeah, so I ended up chasing all the sets for the first wave and give it a chance. And now that I have, has my opinion changed? Well, I can tell you that I don't like this set. I'm very frustrated by this set. This set disappointed me a lot. And yeah, this one is, I mean, it's fine. I don't like it, but it's fine. This one is so much fun. Just too bad it's kind of not great. So yeah, do I like the power miners theme now? Well, thankfully the theme got redeemed by these two right here. Oh my god, the satisfying sets and the Thunder Driller sets. So you know how this one is called Granite Grinder, which is the same name as the Rock Raider set that I have, and the Granite Grinder sets that I have from Rock Raiders has a drill. But here it's the Thunder Driller that has a drill, and this feature is so awesome, so awesome. So what I'm thinking is, I think the power miners theme was good. It was good. Like, I like the color scheme. It's quite bold. It's quite great. I love mining sets, and this works well. The rock monsters are great. Characters are, yeah, they are memorable actually. Apart from Duke number 1, number 2, number 3, and whatnot. Yeah, so I think now that I've given a chance to power miners, I think I like this theme. I don't love it though. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to resell all these sets over here. All these sets, I'm going to sell them back. And I'm going to keep just these two. Initially, I wanted to resell everything, just to keep funding my my hauls. But yeah, I really love this set, so I'm gonna keep it. And this set was so much fun. I'm gonna keep it, and if I need to, I'll sell it, but keep this one. But for now, I keep the two. Yeah, and that's it. So that was my confession. I know a lot of people love the power minus theme. They think it's the greatest theme ever, and I can see why. I can see why. So this is it for the first wave. These are all the sets from the first wave. So that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you did. I post new content every Wednesdays, so if you want to get notified when new stuff comes out, just click the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Another ramble! This one is stronger. What's going on? Don't know, but our task force are many miles below the surface. Yeah, hit the granite. Will you got? We are through. What's that? A power crystal. These caves are huge. What's that? Ah! Rock monsters! They eat crystal. For power? Watch out! Another rock monster power surge. Hey, eat that! Base, we need some backup to steal the crystal from the monsters and also capture the monsters for research. Copy that. We are on our way. Planetary drill locked in. Claw digger, crystal sweeper, thunder driller. All systems go! Yeehaw! Power miners rolling up to the rescue! Ha ha! Hey, where are you going with that dynamite? Just do a little trip outside! Hey, Rocky! Catch! Oh! Hey, that's my bike! Vroom. I'll give him a banana. Uh-oh. Guys? Who are you? Who are you guys? Good morning. The council has sent us. What council? The COP? Do you mean cup? Cups? No. COP. Council of... What do you want? Council of... rude. Okay. You do the talk. Beep bop. We have been sent by the council. Power miners. Wave 1. Your reviews are done. Your collection video is done. You are to be sold by the power of the broker. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. Hang on, wait, not these two. Pew pew. All right. Wait, what? Where's everyone? What happened to the others? Who are you? They're gone! Where's everyone? Oh no! Oh no! We need help! Boss, what is going on? What is going on? What happened to the others? What happened? I don't know. This is terrible.
I can't help you.
Who said that?
It is I, General Mayhem. But first, you need to tell me everything you know about this console.